Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show, Late Night Baltimore. Today we're going to talk about something. It's the vacant row houses of Baltimore. Uh, Hope you're all having a good Sunday. All right. So, this is something very important in our city. And it's something we really need to talk about now. And don't keep listening because I heard this is supposed to be the hook where you stay listening so you get retention, good records. So maybe you're coming back from church or something and you're trying to watch something entertaining. I don't know how entertaining this will be, but let's talk about something important. Let's talk about these vacant houses, boarded up houses, row houses on our block, on your block, near your block. They've been sitting there for years. You drive by them all the time, going into the city, going out of the city. Maybe you live there. The ones that they're sort of beautiful to see, but they're also sort of sad. And they kind of make you feel sick, but they kind of are so much part of Baltimore that you kind of keep looking at them. Uh, Places like this, images like this, these houses, and places like Sandtown, Biddle, Middle East, these neighborhoods. That's what's here. But we want to talk about solutions to the problem and the problem itself. All right. Let's say that we go out to every single person who's living next to one of them because you've inherited something. You're dealing with rats and trash, safety worries, and it's very, very difficult situation. No grocery stores around, far away from the schools. But so now Baltimore is sitting on about 11,800 vacant homes. It's going down for past few years. Some progress has been made. On top of that, you got another 20,000 vacant lots. And they're mostly clustered in working class neighborhoods, Park Heights, like I say, Broadway, East places like that, Sandtown. What are they? They're the remnants of decades from the past, the same stories we heard too many times. Everybody knows the stories. How back in the 50s and 60s, Baltimore was a booming city. With factory jobs, steel, shipping, everything. Then, of course, deindustrialization hit hard. Over 100,000 manufacturing jobs gone between 1950 and 1995. Factories closed, people left for work, went elsewhere. White flight, yep, took off. Redlining, yep, Baltimore basically invented the modern version of redlining. That kept black families from getting mortgages or moving into better areas. Population dropped, tax base shrank, whole blocks started to empty out. Then you add in drug epidemics, rising crime, families losing their homes. unpaid taxes or bad loans. And suddenly, or not so suddenly, got a row of houses with no one to take care of them. Fast forward to today, and a lot of these places are owned by people who don't live here. They're just living somewhere else. Absentee landlords, they call them, who bought them cheap and then bailed. Or heirs who inherited a house after a family passed away and never got the paperwork right. No will, tangled titles, or just couldn't afford the back taxes. Many are stuck in probate hell or tax lien limbo. The city can try to take them through judicial foreclosure or receivership, but that process is slow and expensive. And this is the point where I found and where I read that it gets frustrating for everybody. Even when we want to destroy them, there's a lot of clean out the vacant houses, there's a lot of barriers. Money, of course, rehabbing these old row houses, lead paint, asbestos, the crumbling foundations can run tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands to tear them down, to repair them, and to tear them down is expensive as well. There's only a couple of contractors on the city for demolitions now, so the wait list is very long. Private developers look at these places, stressed market blocks, they call them. Poverty's high and home values are low. And so they don't want to go there. They don't think there's enough profit. There's the bureaucracy, code violations, environmental cleanups. It all adds up. But there's some good news. Mayor Scott has gotten a $3 billion 15-year plan to get 37,000 vacant or at-risk properties. And then Governor Moore threw in some state money through Reinvest Baltimore, $100 million the last couple of years, to rehab or demolish 1,000 more. And now this is why it might work. They're doing whole block strategies now, trying to knock out whole stretches at once instead of one random house at a time. And there are new laws bumping up taxes on vacant properties to light a fire, as it said where I read, under owners. None of that's really fast enough for the people who have to live in these neighborhoods. One's dodging the illegal dumping, worrying about squatters, fires, watching water damage creep into the walls from the empty houses next door. It tanks property values, makes it almost impossible to get loans or sell if you want out. And it just makes it seem like your neighborhood doesn't matter. Kids got to walk around school past 20 boarded up homes, wondering why their neighborhood looks all forgotten, invisible. No parks, no grocery stores, far from the libraries. But the progress is happening. The community groups, the CDOs are stepping up, home ownership programs, and new incentive for developers to take on whole blocks. People keep fighting for the city every day. You got to keep the pressure on. They just can't be replaced by very high-end, like what's happening in the Inner Harbor and other places like that, high-end residentials. You have to understand that we have to have a place that people can afford, homes that people can afford. All right. Sorry, I know a lot of this sounds like comes off flat when I'm trying to put out my research. I can't do it in a natural way as of yet, although I'm trying to get better. Okay. All right. I think that's about all for today. Please, would you like and subscribe? Trying to make this a better podcast show, and we think we're succeeding in some ways. Got to improve in other ways. We'll have another show as soon as we can, dealing with the important topics of the day. But that'll be all for today. And I hope you all have a great Sunday. Sun's out. Let's try to enjoy the day. Let's make it a great wherever we are. Whatever neighborhood you're in. Let's make it a great day for everybody today. It's Sunday, right? 60 degrees here in Baltimore. All right, everyone. As always, F MAGA, and keep fighting the fight.
Big Rooster.